Hello, and welcome. This is our very first Healy Connect call, and I'm here with the gorgeous Kirsty Engler. I'm Joanna Turner, and we are here because we are really excited about the Healy and about sharing its magical and potential healing qualities and life transformational journey that it's already started taking us on, and we want to share it. And I'm really passionate about this. I'm really passionate about how it's changing lives and the potential of this. And we just want to share. It's launching in the US this week, so it's really we sort of put this together at the last minute in full transparency. But I just thought if we don't get on this today, then I don't know who's going to miss out, and that's really not okay. When I know there are people who are not happy, or some people are in pain, or whatever else is going on with their health and well-being, and so this is just a beautiful opportunity. So thank you, Kirsty, for agreeing to jump on with this with me a little bit last minute, and also thank you for introducing me to Healy, because it's been kind of what I've been looking for, but I didn't know I was looking for it. And I'm sure a lot of people have had that experience. So I'll tell a little bit more about my story afterward, but I would love to know how you get into it first of all, and a little bit of your experience. And we do have a little bit of a slightly more formal presentation coming up, just to guide us through the conversation, so as you all get a really good explanation of what this is, what it isn't, but we also wanted to share our side of it and our experience so far. So I'd love to know how you get into it, what it's been doing for you. Why are you passionate about sharing it?
Thank you, Joe. It's amazing to be here and speaking to everybody. Like Joe said, this device, you can see it here, it's incredible. It's honestly been life-changing for me. A little bit of a backstory. I've worked in healthcare for 6+ years as a registered nurse, and I think what's really drawing me to this is I've really been getting to that point where I'm realizing that the Western healthcare framework just doesn't work. People are still getting sicker, and we're not dealing with the root cause. So in the last few years, my journey has kind of been looking into more holistic avenues of health. And that led me this year to Healy. One of my girlfriends that I met in Mexico messaged me, and she's like, "Chick, you got to check this out." And I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." Got on the webinar, and I was like, "Okay, how do I sign up?" It was just like an instant yes. It was kind of one of those things like you just know. Especially with my work that I've done with like crystal healing and Reiki and everything, I kind of liken it to that, but on steroids. Like, it's that powerful. So I got my Healy in February, and I started using it. I'm lucky enough that I don't have any real physical ailments. It's more just been kind of an emotional balance for me, especially working as a nurse. It can be very high stressful because I didn't actually have any passion left in the job. That really was starting to get to my psyche, to be honest. And I was struggling a lot. And using the Healy, it's just been balancing out my emotional well-being, and I'm still finding the shift and just elevating with it. It's been incredible. My favorite ones to use are it literally is called emotional well-being, and I can literally just feel myself lightening when I'm using it. And I have the resonance, so we'll go through this later, but when I scan, I can't believe how spot on it was. So I was talking to Joe last night. This is one of the first presentations I've done, and I was like, oh, a bit nervous. And I did the scan last night before bed, and the thing that came up was throat chakra. And that has always been a big thing for me. So I was just like, oh, another confirmation. So
I was like, vibrate that shit before tomorrow.
I've been all night, and now look at me yakking away.
I know, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's so good. I love it. But and I guess that's the reason that drew me into sharing it, was because I understand how powerful this device is. I've seen the testimonials in other groups with people healing their fibromyalgia. We had a lady that had this cerebral dysfunction where she would get migraines every year for 11 years. And after using the Healy for about 2 to 3 months, she doesn't get them anymore. And I think that's the important thing with this device too, is that it's not necessarily a quick fix, but it's getting to the root cause of what our issues are, things that we don't have that awareness that's actually causing us these health problems or our imbalances. And it's actually telling us what it is so we can bring it back into harmony. And that's why I love it so much. And that's why I want to share it with the world.
Wow. Yeah. I saw that post from the lady. I think she said she suffered with fibromyalgia for 25 years and
Yeah.
had in chronic pain with it. And I know it's one of the, something that's so misunderstood and I think very often dismissed by doctors as just being a woman's emotional issue. And a lot of women can feel very unseen with things like that going on in their bodies. And so for her to have relief, and says she's pain-free for the first time in 25 years, I believe from her testimonial, it blew my mind. And I was like, I cannot wait to get my hands on this. And so I'm so grateful that you shared it. And I just saw you a cute post on Facebook or Instagram. We originally met because we both have cute dogs, although mine is chewing something at my feet.
Mine's like fast asleep right next to me.
Like give her a little nudge so she stops doing that. But it was that simple. Like we connected because we were going to do get our dogs together to have a play. And I was like, you're awesome. This thing is so cool. Let me at it. And I was very similar. Like it was an instant yes for me. Like I just knew, and part of my journey is a little bit different from yours. My background originally was I was a chartered accountant, and I was stressed out, burnt out, massive fluctuations in my weight, panic attacks, and really just not understanding myself or my body. And my health journey kicked in initially probably 15 years ago, starting to look for answers, maybe even longer. And I've just really been from pillar to post, from doctors to naturopaths to spiritual healers, detoxing in Thailand for months at a time. And I think I've tried everything. I'm also a Reiki healer, an Akashic Records reader, NLP practitioner, EFT practitioner, life coach, business coach, you name it. I have done the certification. I have got the t-shirt. I have gone and done all sorts of weird and wonderful plant medicines on my journey. And I've ventured into sacred sexuality and tantra, and all looking for answers and trying to get to the root cause of what's been going on in my own body. I've been down the road of, I've done EMDR and past life regressions and hypnosis, and I'm qualified in most of these things. Because I either find and all of these things as well, I also do acupuncture and go for infrared saunas and kinetic kinesiology and holographic kinetics, right? Like there is very few stones I have left unturned on my mission for health and healing and to find answers for myself. And I share all this because I think when I sort of share that I've also still had some things going on, it's not for want of trying to figure them out. I've also had gone through many rounds of different tests with different naturopaths and doctors, stool tests, urine tests, oat tests, SIBO tests, hair analysis tests. I've, all sorts of things. I have, again, really been looking for the answers for a very long time. And recently, it was about Christmas time, I threw my hands up and I was like, this can't go on. Like I turned 40 this year and I was just like, I'm not available to not figure this out, having been on this path for so long. And so I went to another new doctor, did more rounds of blood tests, got another new integrative doctor who I've just had results back with. And in this process of being sort of very much like, I demand to know what is going on with my body, the Healy has shown up. But I'm also, I was introduced to vibrational medicine 10 years ago in Thailand. And I have, which is really funny, I have the original machine. I actually was so excited about this technology. And it's basically the same technology. I bought this machine. This is the old school version.
And look how big it is.
10 years ago, right? It's a big thing, and there's a whole booklet full of vibrations, and it lists almost anything you could have wrong with you. But I would have to flip through the book, self-diagnose, find out what was wrong with me, manually program it into my big old like device thing, and then run it. And it's just clunky, but it also worked, and I was passionate about it then, even though basically nobody listened to me about it. So this my excitement about this technology and what's possible isn't new. It is at least 10 years old, but it wasn't something that was easy to access or usable. And so, and then also on this journey, having tried all these other bazillions of things, I've also was going to get bioresonance with a lady almost weekly for about 6 months last year. Bella? No, sorry, my dog. I will put her out if she continues to just chew everything. But so again, I found another lady who could help me with bioresonance, and it was incredibly powerful, very healing and very helpful. But it also was a 3-hour round trip to go and see her and have the therapy, and it was once a week if I could make it. So for me, again, having this, and I have my little device, it's charging because I was using it all last night, to have something that I can put in my pocket while I'm out walking my dog, that I can run while I'm sleeping overnight, that I can remotely scan my dad in Scotland and run healings and therapies for him that are working and that he's feeling without having to really go to much trouble, blows my mind. And also the power that I feel that it gives me back in terms of my health and the possibilities for my health is really exciting for me, because I have felt quite disempowered going to all these different places and having all these different people telling me the next thing, and here's the next supplement, and try this and do that, and not really even trusting if they're guiding me in the right way. So for me to have something that can scan me any moment of any day and give me an accurate understanding of what's going on in my body, and also accurately prescribe exactly what I need to shift and how to heal it, and for it to then go ahead and do that, blows my mind, like blows my mind. So I'm just exceptionally grateful that that you discovered it, that I got on board, and so yeah, I'm just really excited and passionate. And just as a tiny example, just I shared a little bit on my journey. And can you hear the dog? Is she making
a little bit? It's not too bad.
I might just pop her out of my office for a second.
That's all right. I was going to touch on something, what you said about that feeling of disempowerment, having to put your health in other people's hands. Healy has like really shifted that, and it's really putting it back into your hands. Like, Healy is just a tool. Ultimately, you are the healer, but Healy is that support in that journey. So I really love that you were able to touch on that. That's amazing.
Right, 2 seconds. Let me just sort this out. Okay, so it's not available. She doesn't want to leave, so I've just.
Oh, poor Bill.
Not available to leave. Okay, but that's how much I'm in charge of my own body, or my own dog. But I do feel, yeah, it's absolutely empowered me, because, like, and especially in this time when a lot of my healers and my people I go to aren't open at the moment, or haven't been able to be open for the last couple of months. And while, again, I have tools, I have things that I can use to help myself, like, in this busy modern time, this is amazing for me, and also so much faster, and also it gets the root cause. So often when something is going on, I don't really know what is underneath it. Is there a trapped emotion? Where has it come from? And yeah, I'm just really excited. So hopefully you've piqued your interest a little bit about what this is, and we've got some amazing slides. And one of the other things I love about partnering with incredible companies is that somebody else has made these Kirsty girl, I am in human design, I'm a projector, and it actually means I am the most prone to burnout, which is why I've experienced this over the years, and brain fog and all the things from working way too hard. And I've also made the decision that I don't want to work that hard. I'm just really not available to work so hard. And so the beautiful thing is somebody else has created really pretty branding that
Absolutely.
I love. And
we just get to press play.
pretty much share this awesome presentation and explain to you a little bit more about how it works and why it's so powerful. So I'm going to share my screen and share these awesome slides with you guys that, again, I've not created for full transparency. But here we go, and how pretty are these? So hopefully you can see these, and we'll kick off with the official part of this. So Healy is the next evolution of health, healing, and freedom, and I couldn't agree more. So let me just go through these. So one of my favorite quotes, and actually it's my mission on the planet is to raise the frequency of the planet, or help that mission, right? I definitely am not the only one that's doing that. We are part of a much bigger team here, but it's been a big part of my business and my brand. And so when Healy also started talking about and using the same quotes that I did, I was like, there's something here. I love this. So Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And this has basically been the core of the teachings in my work. And I help people raise their vibration. And so I teach people how to help heal others and raise their vibration. And so when I could find this little device that really empowers people to do it themselves without having to even go to a healer, a coach, a therapist, I think is incredibly powerful. Obviously, all of these modalities are still very relevant and useful, but everything has its place and everything has its moment. And I think this is the moment of the Healy and self-empowerment with it. So again, so when I mentioned to my dad that I wanted to try something on him, he was like, oh, for God's sake, none of that spiritual nonsense. And I was like, no, Dad, don't worry, it's science. I said, it's quantum physics, it's science. And he was like, fine then, I'll try it. So if you are a little bit averse to the super woo stuff, this is fully scientific, and all of the work and the products are German made. So if you need a little bit of assurance there. So the science now proves that the universe and everything in it, including us, is made up of pure energy. So it's sort of catching up with what some of us spiritual beings have been knowing and thinking for a long time. The human body is comprised of 9 systems, and what actually makes up these systems, the tissues and the organs, the cells, the molecules, the atoms, subatomic particles, and the energy, everything within them is energy and vibrations. So we are going deep with the Healy, and it's literally getting into the cells of your body to create a very dramatic and lasting change. That's the other thing that's really impressing me about this. Is it's not a quick fix. It's not a temporary solution. It is a long-lasting solution. But we do have a disclaimer. The Healy is a medical device for the treatment of pain, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, skeletal pain, migraines, as well as the supportive treatment of mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, and related sleep disorders. All other applications of the Healy are not recognized by conventional medicine due to the lack of evidence in the sense of conventional medicine. But what we have found is that the effects are far-reaching beyond what's stated here, but even if it was just to work with the things that have been tested and stated here, it is absolutely going to be life-changing for so many people. Just chronic pain, depression, and anxiety are things that have affected me. So I'm beyond excited about this.
I think also it's important to note for all you guys in the US, it is actually FDA approved as well. So you can make those claims to do with the chronic pain, fibromyalgia. We just can't claim the other stuff, but you can share your experience with it.
Yeah, and the other stuff is things like anti-aging, fitness, recovery, helping people get their PBs, detox, like clearing skin. I mean, allergies, food intolerances. I mean, just the applications of the focus at work, a sleep pattern, like I mentioned, the sleep. Yeah, it's just unbelievable, and I'm so excited to get into all of it. So it really does work on all dimensions of our health and existence. I'm like, I don't know if that's spelled right. I did not make these slides. It works on the physical, mental, emotional level, the meridians of your body, your chakras, your bioenergetic field, and even your learning. So absolutely phenomenal. And I believe one of the biggest problems in our society actually is our lack of focus and not being able to concentrate, right? I think we've got an attention span shorter than a goldfish these days, right? All of our scrolling and Netflix binging. So it will even help you focus. I'm all about getting into flow and getting more work done. So the Healy has definitely helped me get more work done in the last couple of weeks since I've had it than I did in probably most of the beginning of this year, which is just amazing. So the Healy is this little awesome device. Kirsty's wearing hers. I have mine. Mine was just charging because I was using it all night. But they've also, in this Healy world, they have a number of other products. We won't go into all that, but we're all about the Healy at the moment. But there are amazing new things as well coming out. But this little device and an app that goes on your phone, depending on which level of the device you have, analyzes and scans your body with a little easy touch of a finger on an app, which again is just mind-blowing, and really figures out what frequencies is causing your body to have imbalances. Again, we're all vibrational beings, and so when your body is in dis-ease or disharmony, there is a vibration attached to that that can then be sort of counteracted with a healing frequency and vibration to remove that disturbance from your energetic field. So this little beautiful device delivers these healing frequencies and brings the body back into balance. So our bodies are always trying to be in balance. Our natural state is perfect health. And so the only thing really blocking that is are these imbalances in our energetic body, in our frequency. And obviously this is going really deep into the cells of our body and works with our energy field as a whole. So it allows us to come back into wellness and just general peace and feeling better. So it's so tiny, and when it works combined with a couple of apps on your phone, it has over 144,000 frequencies. And that's a little bit like my old device, but I didn't always know which one I needed to run. So this, depending on the version that you get, is very specific and tells you exactly what you need in any given moment. So really cool. So they have lots of other things that will be also coming out. They have a really cool Healy watch that analyzes sleep patterns and all sorts of fancy things. But the thing that we are super excited to get started with is the Healy device. So the watch will be coming, or it is out already.
Is that, yeah.
And it's measuring blood pressure and stress levels and all these other things. And really the other thing I found with the Healy is I was looking at multiple different biohacking devices. I was looking at getting some, the sleep ring, the Aura ring. I was looking at getting these other different things for my wrists. I was looking at getting a 5G protection device for my house. And what I find is the Healy is really covering off all of these different biohacking devices. I was going to go and get all these multiple things, and it really, for me, does it all in one thing. So again, just simplifying my life, which is nothing but a really awesome thing. How have you found using your device? Is it easy for you? Do you enjoy, like, what's your experience?
I'm not going to lie. Because it is like completely new technology, there has been some glitches off and on when I first started using it. But I think like after a week, it's been working perfectly for me. And then the people who have come into the team and stuff, I've been checking with them and they haven't really had any issue with it. So I think it was probably just me. I mean, my mum could use it and she is not at all I don't know what I'm trying to say, technology minded. She's like hopeless. So if she can use it, anybody can use it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm pretty anti instruction manuals, let's just say. I just don't have the patience for it. And so I have managed to figure out how to use my Healy without reading any instruction manuals. So I'm very chuffed by that. So if it's simple enough, again, for me to be able to figure out without an instruction manual, then then that's great. I was wondering, could you share a little bit about how these different applications use? I have to admit, Bella destroyed my ear clips, so I haven't had a chance to use them.
Absolutely. I was going to say though, just due to US regulations, the US won't be sent the ear clip electrodes. So you guys will only get the adhesive electrodes, which are like these things here. They go around your wrist and you attach like a little wire to them, and you'll just get these little micro currents pulsating through your body. Sometimes you will feel them, and then other times they're really subtle and you won't, but there is a control to up the voltage or lessen the voltage anyway if you're quite sensitive. So yeah, that's really it on that one.
That's awesome. So I have not used the ear clips. Like Bella literally destroyed them the first morning that I got them. I came downstairs and they were just in pieces. So I'm still having awesome results without the ear clips. So if you're in the US, don't worry about it. Yeah. Okay. So could you share a little bit about some of the other testimonials that you've heard, or people having a great experience with using the device?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, we've had quite a lot of cases with fibromyalgia and people being able to come off their pain medications. I'll share a couple of stories. I went to one of the seminars on the Gold Coast, and a few people shared their stories there, and it was incredible. So for people that have any sort of mental health imbalances, there was a lady there who experienced like really chronic panic attacks. She'd wake up through the middle of the night, say 2-3 o'clock, just in a panic, in a sweat, couldn't calm herself. And this had been going on for a while. She had social anxiety. And again, within the space of a few weeks, she was able to start sleeping all the way through. And her whole emotional balance was just restored. And it was incredible. There was another gentleman who had a background in the army and had done quite a few tours overseas. Obviously, his body was really beaten up. He was on medications like endone, tramadol, what else? Morphine, all those like sort of really opioid type medications he was on. And within the space of a few weeks, he was able to come off it, and he just uses the Healy as a prophylactic now to manage his pain, and occasionally will take Panadol. So that's really incredible. For any of the women who have hormonal imbalances and have issues with their periods, we've had quite a few ladies that have had PMDD, which is kind of the next level up from PMS. I was only actually just looking at this last night because my housemate gets really bad period pain, and so we're like, you know what, maybe we should start using this daily for you. And see what the underlying causes of it are. Anyway, so one of the leaders in the group, she had, I think, something like 8 years of just seeing health practitioners and holistic healers, and nothing ever really worked. She started using the Healy, and then within the space of, I think, 2 cycles, she had a period where she didn't have any pain. She wasn't completely depressed. She was able to get out of bed. And this story is actually not uncommon. There's like, I think 5 or 6 people that I know of personally that have had the same result with their cycle and everything, just coming back into balance, and that hadn't even had their period for years due to stress or from being on the pill and everything like that. It's completely harmonized that. But what was really interesting is the things that were coming up for the scan. They wouldn't have even thought that was the issue causing it. But by running the associated programs, yeah, it ended up shifting everything for them. So yeah, those are few little ones for you guys.
Yeah, and there's a whole Facebook group. We will post the link for that as well. That I was just reading through that, and just I was like, my mind was blown. And even me, just having had the Healy for a couple of weeks, one, it knew my period was coming before I did, which blew my mind. It came up on the most resonant thing to run, and I was like, really? But because I'd been using it for maybe a week, I had the first period where I didn't know it was coming. Like normally I have a lot of symptoms, a lot of pain and cramping and sore breasts and cravings, and I'm normally consuming vast amounts of chocolate. And it turned up the next morning, and I was like, oh wow, it was right.
Yeah.
Like it kind of blew my mind that it knew, I didn't. And I was it came on pretty much symptom free within a week of running the Healy every day, and I was like blown away. So one of the problems that a lot of my underlying other health things have been causing is a hormonal imbalance, and I was very much estrogen dominant, which is helped hindered weight loss and all these other things. So for me as well, in the last 2 weeks, I've lost 5 kilos.
Oh wow.
Just I think a lot of it is inflammation and water weight, and my cravings, I've been very stable in my eating. I haven't drunk anything, and so for me, I'm a very emotional being, and so just even having the support with my emotional side of things has really helped smooth things out for me already. So I'm pretty blown away by it. And also I've sort of mentioned that I've run it on my dad. So he's 83 with chronic asthma. His head is just always clogged with all sorts of things. Obviously difficulty breathing with asthma. And with his permission, like I said, that's not spiritual, it's science, I remotely scanned him in Scotland. I'm in Australia, and it came up with lungs, but also intolerances, allergies, skin. He has a lot of like skin polyps and things in his nose. And I was like, oh, interesting. And aging was the other one that came up. And I was like, well, duh, he's 83. So it was definitely not my scan, because that's not my stuff. And so I was blown away that it was so easy to remotely scan him. And then I ran it 2 nights in a row remotely again for him in Scotland. And my mum messaged and said, my dad's eyes are not bloodshot anymore, and his cough's gone. So he's feeling better. I've got more to do on him and like keep running it, but they can't go to the doctor at the moment. They're in quarantine, and they haven't left the house for nearly 2 months. So it feels really good to be able to do that for him, and he doesn't have to do anything or go anywhere or believe in anything. So
that's incredible. Hey, that's amazing.
And I've been trying to fix them for years, and it doesn't. So yeah, the fact that I can do that, and again, obviously with his permission, but if he feels better, then it's just a win-win for everybody, in my opinion. So that's been my initial experience with it. And again, if you do want more testimonials, there is an entire Facebook group. People are posting all the time, and it's just super inspiring. So if you do have something specific and you're like, does this work for me? Jump in the Facebook group. I think it's called the Healy Experience, and just go into the little search button thing and put in whatever is going on with you, and just see what comes up from other people's experiences of what they've been using it for. I've scanned my dog. I know you've done it on yours as well, and her root chakra was 100%. So I was like, oh, she feels like that was my thing. And she was like wanting to love unconditionally, and there was a block to her fully being able to love unconditionally, which made me want to cry. But she's a rescue pup, and so whoever she must have loved the first time that she was loving on let her go, which makes me sad. But yeah, so I'm going to be running healing vibrations on my pup to help her, be able to not whimper when she hasn't had a walk yet. So she will be getting a walk very shortly. But anyway, that's our experience so far. And this next part is just a little bit, I'd love Kirsty as well to talk a little bit about the background of this device, where it's come from. She's a little bit, obviously with it, a few more months longer than I have. So yeah, can you just tell us a little bit about what you've known about the company and your experience so far with the company as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So Healy, as Joe mentioned earlier, is a German-based tech company, more specific to health. So the inventor of Healy is Marcus Schmecker. So Healy itself is only a new product. It's been on the market for maybe over a year now, but it's associated with time waiver. So you did see Joe's big frequency device there. Time waiver is another version of that, and it's specific for particular practitioners that are trained in it. Marcus, though, wanted to develop something that he could give to the people, so people could use in their everyday life. It can make it personable, a wearable device to use at any time. What's really cool about Marcus, though, is yes, he has this incredible scientific mind that's like really dives into like quantum science, but he also studied as a monk for 10 or 12 years. So he is very steeped in this spiritual side and the idea of growing and expanding the collective consciousness. And he believes that Healy is a way to do that. When you're using the Healy, it is shifting everything in the quantum field and it's elevating it. So he's just an incredible human and is continually developing. Like, this is just the first device. There's already like more devices to come, but you have to launch with only one thing, otherwise it gets too crazy. But expect more like amazing prototypes coming. Did you go to the next slide, please?
Yes, next slide.
So Nuno Nina, he is a world-known specialist in frequency therapy and integrative medicine. I think he works with, I think it's the Portugal soccer team, and is like one of their health practitioners. He was the developer of the gold frequencies. So the gold frequencies are kind of like your broad spectrum frequencies, the one that everybody gets. There's different levels of the device. We'll go through that later. But the gold ones are the one that comes with everything. And he was the developer of that. And he has been in this area of frequency therapy for about 15 years and has seen so much success with it, like recovery injury, just like so much quicker. So he's incredible. And then next we have Christian Halper. So behind every business, you need a backer. Christian Halper, he came into a lot of money, like a shit ton of money, after founding a super fund. He ended up selling that and wanted to invest his money into something that was actually going to benefit the world. He connected with Marcus Schmecker actually at a workshop for astrological financing. So they met, started talking. He was intrigued by this idea and was like, yeah, okay, like, tell me more. I want to know more about this. And as soon as he heard, he was like, I'm in. So the problem with a lot of startup companies is that they don't always have the financial backing to get them through. But Christian Halper is like completely in all the way. Like, he is just reinvesting the money back into the company so it can continually grow. So from that, we know that this company is just going to expand. Like, it's already been opened in 40 countries so far. That was most of the European countries last year. And it's opened, it hasn't even properly opened in Australia yet. We're in like a pre-launch phase. And already the amount of growth here, they were like, it was unexpected. So yeah, everybody's just jumping on because they can feel into the energy of this company and just feel how beautiful and expansive it is. It's incredible. And then the next slide.
Oh, one thing I was going to say that one thing I was going to say that really impressed me when I heard his...
do you know what? I've lost my volume.
Oh, I can still hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you. I don't know if I have to write that in the chat.
It's my speakers. It sometimes happens.
Okay. I just want to, I'll just say one thing and then I'll throw it back over to you. I heard that that Amazon has tried to buy them, that a few other big companies have tried to buy this over. And honestly, with what's going on the planet right now, I don't have much trust in some of these big companies and their intentions. And so when I heard that he said no, that and wants to keep it for the intention it is for, to raise the consciousness levels and to help people heal, that gives me a lot of comfort too, that it is so aligned and so that I love that.
Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just calling into get the volume on my phone instead.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So I can hear you if you want to explain this one, or I can talk a little bit about it. I don't know.
Okay, can you speak for me?
Okay, so this is a. Oh, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm so good now. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that, guys. My speakers sometimes drop out from my laptop, and it happened the other day on a call. And so luckily I remembered how to still get it connected to my phone, and so now I can hear what Joe was speaking. I could barely make out what you were saying, but it was about how other companies have offered to like buy the company out, and they've said no. And yeah, that just goes back to the integrity of the business. It's not about making money. That's a plus side, but it is really about helping the world. And so we've got a few very well-known doctors on the medical advisory board. As I said, Nuno Nina, and then we've got Carolyn McMacken. She has also contributed to some of the frequencies as well. And eventually, I think maybe the end of this year, there's going to be a device that is more specific to her knowledge. She works a lot with frequency-specific microcurrents, which is just a little bit different. But yeah, there's really amazing YouTube videos of her speaking and just the results that she has had with like rats and inflammation processes, and how the frequencies actually work down to the cellular level with increasing ATP and cellular function. So that's really cool. And then next slide, please.
Yeah, I've watched some of her YouTube videos, and they're fantastic. And some of the speed of the recovery of the people that she's worked with, some high level athletes, I believe in the American NFL was one guy. There was a really cool story. So yeah, this is, yes, it's been going on a lot. It's the technology and the power of this has been going a lot longer than this new business, but it's the same technology, which is really exciting. So launching Healy, and then let's see, what else have we got next? Yeah, so the aim, and if you want to tell us a little bit more about the business side of this and how it's all working.
Absolutely. So as we were mentioning, we are launching into the US this month. We launched on May 1st. And within the space of what I think 3 weeks, we've had about 20,000 members sign up to get aboard Healy, which is incredible. Like, amazing. I don't think there's any other company that has space, like fast pace moving like that. It's insane how many people have jumped on. And we had a similar response in Australia, considering how small the country is to the States. The amount of people that jumped on board here too in a pre-launch phase was outstanding. So the aim is that we're attracting like-minded people to the Healy community that are driven by impact, optimal wellness, and a freedom lifestyle. And then next slide.
That really speaks to me as somebody who was a digital nomad for 4 years. The freedom and the lifestyle aspect is like super high on my list of values.
Yeah, that's it. Some of our top leaders in the community who have only been with us for like a couple of months are already making 5-figure months. So it's pretty exciting. People just get it. People just want to jump on board, and yeah, we're creating like the most amazing heart-centered community. I really love it. Yeah. So this is a bit outdated. It's a bit longer than 10 months now. It's probably been about 18, 19 months. But it's the youngest and fastest growing business like in this sort of social selling. What's really cool about Healy, it's classed as a category creator. So there's no other product on the market that's anything like this, which means it's in an area completely of its own. There won't be anything like this for quite a while. Healy is really unique, and even though there are other frequency devices, what makes it unique is the quantum sensor, which is the little sensor in the device that actually, I've lost my device down here, that actually taps into the quantum field. Like I said, the founders and owner and inventor are all conscious and spiritual, and we're expanding that out with our community. And again, it's financially backed by a conscious investor and a European billionaire. So he's already invested $100 million into the company, which is amazing. I think I touched on this a little bit earlier, but Healy is part of TimeWaver, which is a 13-year-old German market-leading company. Joe already mentioned that it's being tried to be bought out, by a few different other companies, and the company has said, no, we will never sell. Every device is quality built. It's built in Germany by engineers, and it's like high quality too. And it is the first ever Class 2 medical device to be sold in network marketing. So the reason why they decided to go into the social selling platform was social selling has that potential to really share people's experiences. If you go to a good restaurant, you're more likely to share it. If you, have a favorite clothing label and it's quality product, you're more likely to share it. And it's the same with Healy. If we just had put it out to the shop, it would not have success or the reach that it does now through social selling. And it also creates income for all these other people that are using and sharing their experiences. It puts wealth back into the whole globe, which is incredible. So a little bit about the comp plan. There is 3 ways of earning. That is through direct selling, like direct commission. So any device you sell, you'll get a direct commission depending on what device you sell. You have the binary structure, which is a team structure. So you'll be at the top and then you'll have a left leg and a right leg. It gives you 15% of the PV volume on your weakest leg. So say I had 10,000 PV in my right leg, and sorry, that's my left leg. And 7,000 in my right leg, it would be 15% off the 7,000, and then the 3,000 left over rolls over into the next month. So you're never losing out and it's continually building. And then the next part of the structure is actually a uni level. So you'll have a commission of 4 people deep, depending on what rank you are. So that will start off at 10% of anybody that purchases the person underneath you, and then we'll build up from there. If you guys are interested in learning more about the comp plan, sorry, that was my tongue, before buying or anything, we can send you out the PDF that kind of explains it, and we can definitely go into more detail with you. It is a little bit confusing, but it's amazing. So with the Healy, it is a high ticket item.
Yes. So I was just going to say, don't worry if that sounded a little bit confusing. I still haven't fully wrapped my head around that comp plan either. And it's okay, because it's almost not important, because I'm actually so interested in getting these devices in people's hands and the health benefit. And honestly, it wasn't even part of my plan to even remotely become part of this in a business. It didn't even cross my mind. I was like, give me the device. And then I was like, wait, if I share this, does something good happen? And so that will become that, it will become more obvious and more relevant if you are excited about it and want to become part of it. It is great. And also, I think we're just about to say this, the high ticket thing is, I've done some network marketing before, or social selling, attraction marketing, on a really low ticket item, and it was just much harder to get started with and momentum, and this feels really different. So I'd love you to explain a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the guys, when they came together to develop the comp plan, they wanted to take aspects of every comp plan in MLM structuring, social selling, and bring it together to really maximize the commissions that their company and their community would be making. So at the moment, they are making slight changes. So again, take this with a grain of salt, because it might change a little bit. What they're doing is because of how the company is growing so fast, they do have to sometimes adjust things. But at the moment, you're making money off a high ticket item, and you get a pretty decent chunk of that in the direct sales. And then you do have the binary in the uni level, plus as you build in the company, you do get extra income. I think you can get money for a car allowance and top sellers. And every time you rank up as well, once you start ranking up from team leader onwards, you also get a bonus payout for that too. So there's multiple ways to earn in this company if it is something that you choose to do. You might just be like so keen to get your hands on the device and be like, hey, I just want to be here for the health benefits. But I think a lot of people jump on like that, experience it, and then go, no, I want to share this. It's my duty to share this because I know how amazing and healing this is. But again, that's up to you, and we're here to support you in any way if it's something you decide to go down into. I think that's pretty much it for the comp plan.
Yeah, and I just to mirror that, again, we're very much, and I'm definitely let me try something, and if it's amazing, I might share it. So yeah, there's a lot of people jump on, they're just show me, prove it to me, let me try it, and I'm like, great, let's do that first, and then the business part can come if you're as excited about it as we are. So there's definitely no pressure on that side of things ever on any of it. Get a Healy, don't get a Healy, get one today, get one 2 months. It's it's one of those things that it comes to you, I believe, when you're ready. And we're also not going anywhere, but so it's got to be what feels good, what feels resonant, and yeah, that's just how it works. So I know I was badgering Kirsty. I'm like, give me it, send me all the information, just give me the damn thing now. So the next slide has got the prices of the different levels. They're in euros, although we are talking about the US launch this week. Can you just tell us a little bit about the different levels of the devices and how it's working and what the crazy special offer is that's going on this week? That would be
amazing. Okay, so as Joe said, there are 4 different levels. Each level is the exact same device. You will get this device no matter what. What happens is when you up level, you just get a software upgrade, which is really good. So you don't always have to continually buy a new device. But you might want to, because you might be like, oh, I want to share this with my friends or my family, like my mum needs this, here mum kind of thing. So yeah, the prices are in euro, but they pretty much equate to US dollars. So just pretend the euro says US. Healy Gold is our entry level. Basically, it comes with the Gold Cycle program. Those are the ones that Nuno Nino developed with the frequencies, and those are kind of like your broad spectrum frequencies. Once you go up a level, you go into the Holistic Health. So with the Holistic Health, you get the Gold program, as well as 8 additional pages. And in the pages, there might be somewhere between 5 to 12 different frequencies that you can use specific to whatever you need at that time. With the Holistic Health Plus, again, this is another upgrade of software, and it adds another 6 program pages onto it. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what are the programs, but we can send you out a list of those so you would know what you're purchasing. These 3 don't have the scanning capability. These are the ones you kind of just use more intuitively. So if you know you've got a bit of pain in your back, run the cycle that says chronic back pain. If you know you need some energy because you've got a big day ahead but you didn't get much sleep, run energy. So it's really intuitive guided. With the resonance, this is the amazing, this is incredible. This is the one I feel everybody should try to buy. I actually started off with the Healy Gold with the free upgrade to Healy Health, just because that's what was available to me at the time. But I recently upgraded to the Resonance, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. So the Healy Resonance has everything that the Healy Health Plus has, all the programs, but you can scan your bioenergetics, so that will tell you what's wrong within your body and suggest the programs to actually use. Then you can go and use the individual programs, or you can vibrate all of the programs collectively over a space of time. It also, and I don't think we've really touched on this, it also does an aura reading. which looks at like your chakras and looks at the imbalances in your chakras. And when I first had mine done, I was just like, holy shit, it's actually what really won me over. I'd already been using the gold and loving it. But when I actually got the scan, it just showed me how incredible this device really was. It had, the thing that came up for me was this person is feeling emotionally blackmailed or lied to. And there was something that had been going on in my life, which had been stuck in my body for 3 or 4 months. And I had kind of had that feeling around it, but I really wasn't tapped into how much it was affecting me. And with the Healy really bringing that into my awareness, that weekend I went and sat in ceremony and was able to purge it out with some plant medicine and really be able to heal that. So it's incredible. And yeah, I feel like whenever anybody actually uses it and they get the scan, that's what will win them over. So at the moment, we do have an incredible promo going on. It is available to April 25th. We just have to confirm the time though, because it is converted to Berlin time, not the US time, just to make things complicated. Where if you are to purchase a Healy, you get a free upgrade. So if you were to start off with the Healy Gold, you get a free upgrade to the Healy Health Plus. If you got the Healy Holistic Health, then you get the Healy Resonance, which is amazing because you guys are saving $1,000 then to get the Resonance. And people will be like, that's the one most people will be getting because it's the best value, and you get the Resonance. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, Joe? So that is lasting for another 5 days. Another thing, we don't have a slide for it, but I did want to touch on it. If it is something that you're interested in going into the business, we also have this thing called the 30-day fast start, which also gives you an up level to the next program if you sell 3 products. So if you started off and getting a Healy Holistic Health Plus and buying that outright in the promo, you would get an upgrade to the Healy Resonance. But there's nothing else to upgrade after that. So what happens in the fast start, if you sell 3 Healys, you actually get sent another free Resonance, giving you 2 Resonances for $1,500, which is incredible. That's usually $5,000 and you're getting it for $1,500. So there are like really beautiful incentives within the company as well. Is there anything else you wanted me to share around that I might have forgotten?
Yeah, I mean, not that you've really forgotten, but just to be super clear, like somebody, because some people have been like, oh, it's quite a lot to get started, but you could come in and get started with the $500 US in this promotion in the US until our Tuesday, probably your Monday night. You would get the upgrade to Healy Holistic Health. And then if you share, if you do love it and you share it with other people within the first 30 days and 3 other people purchase any of the products, you could, you'd get upgraded, your own device upgraded again, and then potentially get a whole Healy Resonance for free. So it's really beautiful, and I already want another one because, again, running it for I love running it for my dad, but I'd rather be running it for myself, so I kind of need 2. So I'm really excited about that. What else? I mean, further down the track, they will be, sometimes people are like, are there payment plans? Not yet, but they will be starting further down the track. But if you can only get started with getting effectively the Healy Gold, but you are going to get the Healy Holistic Health, start there, start with something. It will help with your health. And I just wanted to sort of show people a little bit about what we're talking about, just show them the app and how it works, and how simple it is to do a scan, if you're up for it. So I mean, mine is already doing what I had it on to do last night, so let me just mine's just been running away in the background. Have you got yours?
And I think what Joe said as well about getting onto the Healy Gold, like I said, I started off on the Healy Gold, and within 3 sales, I made the money back of what I had spent on it as well. So like if it is something that you choose to do with the business, you can make the money back quite quickly. Because at the time, $800 was a bit of a stretch for me just with what was going on. But I just knew, that's converted to Australian, but it's $500 for you guys. And yeah, a few of the girls on my team have also started off with the Healy Gold because they just want to feel the effects first before investing more or before like trying to sell. So yeah, you can always upgrade at a later date as well if you're loving it that much. The resonance is just a better deal, but there's nothing wrong at all with getting the Healy Gold. You're going to feel the exact same health benefits.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just, you just have to start where you're at, right? And then absolutely love it, then share it, and that's amazing. So this is what the two things look like. This is my app. This is the Resonance app, and this is my little device. So I get two options in the Resonance. One is to run a resonance analysis. Oops, we went in there. And the other is to do an aura analysis. So there's two options in here. And just to show you what this resonance one looks like, I go and I select my person. So these are all the people I've been practicing on, my dog, my dad, and some clients. This is me. So it's got my photo, I've uploaded the photo, and I'd literally just go database selection. So then these are all the potential programs. And then within each of these, there's something like 10 or 20 or 50 different things. And so if I was just wondering, what the heck do I run today? I can come down here to it's all Healy programs. So I get to sort of like find out of all the things that could possibly going on with me, what would be the most important thing for me to run in this moment. So I would just hit start analysis, and then this little fingerprint thing, I'm just going to hold it, and you can see how it's analyzing my body. It says complete, and it comes up with the most important things for me in this moment. Would be the Healy fitness program, the Healy job programs, bioenergetic balance, mental balance, and skin programs. So I can either then go into this little part. So that's my readout. I can go into the actions part, and I can basically I can either email somebody this result in a PDF or send it. I was sending it in Facebook Messenger to people. I was doing a scan of them and sending it in Messenger. Or I can hit vibrate. And so immediately this will just start, and I can pick the amount of time from 1 minute to 8 hours, however long I want to scan for. Let me just pick 8 seconds and hit done. And it will start running through all these different programs, and it knows how much my body needs. So if I put it on for 8 hours, but my body only needs 3 hours of these programs run, it will stop. So it's constantly monitoring what's going on in my body. I can just hit start, and I get this little frequency to show that it's hooked up, and it's partnering with my device, and it's just running programs to start healing me. And if I want to be more specific, it can be like, okay, the top one that came up was fitness programs. So I can go into my resonance, pick my name again, and then go in specifically to the fitness programs and be like, okay, so it's now in the fitness programs. What specifically do I need to run? Pop my finger on there again. It's analyzing my body, and what my body needs the most in this moment. Let me just see, because I'm not looking at it. Does it work? There we go. So it's complete. So it just takes a couple of seconds. Imagine that, like a whole trip to the doctor. Number one thing so my body needs in this moment, it's muscle, strength, weight, circulation, and stamina. So that's what's coming up as the most important thing. And I'll be honest, I've had a sore lower back the last couple of days. And so it was exceptionally sore. And this is telling me of everything I need to do is look at the muscles. And so I'm like, of course, the muscles in my lower back need the most help right now. So I'm obviously going to go ahead and run this today. And it's going to give me some relief from my lower back pain, which kind of blows my mind that it knows exactly what is going on with me and what the most important thing for me is in this moment, right? And it's that simple. And so I would just choose again how long I want to run this. It's partnered up with this little guy, and I would go for it. So that's one of the one of the options. The other option is this really cool aura analysis. I'll do myself again because, you know, we're here, but it's got my history in there. And so this is recording my aura right now. Just did it really quickly. It shows a picture of my aura. If you've ever wanted to have an aura photograph, this is your aura photograph. And then I hit analysis, and it shows me where all my chakras are at. Right. So I remember I didn't even know what a chakra was 10 years ago, but I do now. So my lowest one, we'll pick my lowest one. My lowest one right now is my crown chakra. It's 69%. So that's not great for me. I'm normally, my crown chakra is super high, but I can do a little analysis of that. So I'm going to be vulnerable for a second and do a little analysis of my crown chakra. So it's going deeper into my crown chakra and going to tell me what is going on in my body. Okay, let me just see. I'll just read one of the things it says. Oh gosh, okay. The person has a confusing idea of the mental and emotional imagination of the level of the soul and God. So it sounds like I'm having a bit of an existential crisis right now in my body. And the other one, interesting, that's coming up is the person was able to feel and recognize the love of the Father. So interesting. So that's what it's saying a little bit about me right now and what's going on. Actually, no, that part is negative, so probably means not able to feel that. Anyway, so what I would do, I'd be like, oh, I would rather have a more open crown chakra. It does say my aura is strong and stable though, which is always good. I would again just come in here and I've got action, so I could run this analysis for somebody, go deeper into their root chakra, their sacral chakra. I can send them the PDF on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. And I can also take an action and actually start vibrating and healing whatever is the emotional thing going on underneath this for me. So I can go in and if it resonates, I can start running a little healing thing. So that's starting to heal my existential crisis in this exact moment, right? So it's pretty effective, you know, like and you know, as somebody who's spiritually connected, you know, we all maybe I have a doubt, maybe there's some underlying belief that needs to happen, but I am more than happy for this to run a little program and to help me out with that. The other thing I want to show you is, if you didn't, so that was with the resonance, that's with the top level. It does the finger scan and it does my aura scan and my chakras and all that great stuff. If you'd got any of the other three, I don't want to call them lower, but they're amazing. There's also an app that comes with it. It's just opening up. Is my Healy switched on? No, let me switch it on real quick. I have a Healy, connect to my Healy. Sometimes when I switch between the two apps, it was busy trying to heal my existential crisis, and now I'm switching apps in a hot second. But I was just going to show them some of the programs I've also had it that sometimes I have to like close the app and start and open it again. But anyway, I was just going to sort of flip through some of the programs and show you what all the other programs are and some of the other cycles. But the detox one is about mental balance, connection, the physical fitness, detoxing, skin, sleep, all these possibilities. Now, I was running my Healy. I'm wondering if it's maybe a little bit low battery because I was running it all last night.
I'm seeing if I can connect to mine, but it doesn't always connect to mine if I'm on things like with other apps and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming up. Okay, cool.
Okay, maybe yours, because mine's it's not there's no work. I'm trying to make it do two things at once. Here we go.
I'm not sure if you can see this. So this will be like the home screen where you can go through and pick your different programs. So again, the gold cycle. We've got a few different programs here, and this is your broad spectrum. You've got ones to help detoxify, balance out, care that's a bit more preventative. We've got being, which is looking at the emotional and kind of spiritual well-being. What else we have? We've got relax. That's a good like sleep program, and release. So that's really good for inflammation in the body. If you're experiencing pain, release is a really good one to run through. Then we've got local stimulation. So these ones are more specific to local areas. So your chronic back pain, joint pain, tooth pain, depression and anxiety. Yeah, or also your period pain. And you can place them like more specific to the area. Then we've got learning. I'm a uni student, so this helps heaps. When I'm like trying to study, or if I know I've got an exam, I'll kind of cycle through these programs. There's ones for concentration, memory, and for stress as well. What's really cool is there are more programs coming out, and there are frequencies to actually help you learn more efficiently, like above and beyond this, that you can learn languages like in 3 weeks kind of thing they're saying. Yeah, so that's going to be a really interesting one to try out. It hasn't been released yet, but it's coming. You've got your fitness one, so you've got programs specific to muscle, strength, performance, weight and stamina, regeneration. A few people I know who have been kind of using the Healy, they have, a lot of them do like the Wim Hof breathing technique and are free divers and whatnot, and they've actually been able to extend their breath hold significantly, like by a minute to a minute and a half. And they've been doing nothing really any differently except for using Healy as well. And I think there was kind of a story with a guy who had hurt his leg but was a runner, and he still did the running but had to use the Healy leading up to it and after it, and the pain he should have been experiencing post the run or like marathon was probably like 3/4 less, and everyone was like, that's how kind of thing. So
should head that
yeah, it's incredible. That
half marathon.
Yeah, I don't run. So I don't have to worry.
Complete with it.
And then we've got ones that are specific to jobs and sleep. So things that are like really high stress. There's positive thoughts and balancing out nerves and exhaustion. And then obviously a few different sleep ones. You've got your mental balance. This is my favorite program. I think these are the ones that I use probably the most, at least like once a day to every second day. I'm using one of these. Not because there's anything wrong specifically, but just because I feel better when I use them. Sometimes you don't like realize that you're not at your best until you actually use one of these, and then you're at that next level. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even really realize anything was wrong. So I just love using them. Then we've got your beauty and skin ones. So there's ones here to help specifically to your skin, hair and nails, boosting collagen production and everything like that. Then there's ones specific to aging. And then you've got your wound healing and acne frequencies as well. Next, we've got your bioenergetics. So these ones are all just like different parts of the body. We've got immune, allergy, hormones, flexibility, circulatory system, your gastrointestinal, bacteria, tonsils, joints and bones. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's heaps. And then you've got all your meridians as well. So it's really cool that they incorporate that if you're a Chinese medicine practitioner. My girlfriend is an acupuncturist, and she had done a thing with me, and she's like, oh, your kidneys, you have issues with your kidneys kind of thing. And I'd actually ran a scan, and kidneys came up through the meridian. So it was just like literally confirming what she'd told me a week prior to it. And then you have your chakra programs as well that you can run. And you have your protection programs. So this is for people that are worried about EMF. What else is there?
to sell. What's really cool, and I didn't even realize this to the other day, is there is a protection program for the planet. So you know how you go crazy over full moons, or like Mercury goes into retrograde and everything's just like spazzed? You can actually run a program to help you like manage that. So I thought that was really cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I only just found out the other day. That you've got your deep cycle. So this is going real deep into the body. You've got 3 applications that you run first, and then you can go into things. So if you're finding that the other programs just aren't enough, or like the dis-ease is like really ingrained, then there's programs here to start using for that as well. And then you've got your bioenergetic support. So this one they developed with everything that's going on in the world right now, and it's really to help boost your immune system and really strengthen that. So that was a free little gift that they gave everybody that had a Healy. So it's pretty amazing. I really, they're just always giving these guys.
Yeah, I got an email, like, I have this upgrade, and I was like, I thought I got the top model, like, what are they giving me? Like, and it was, it was just really, really nice to do that. And yeah, I feel like I've not even scratched the surface. Like, I'm so excited, like, when I sort out a few of my other things, like, I'll get onto the aging ones. Like, obviously, like, you can't tell I'm nearly 40, but I do have some grays, so I'm going to be experimenting with that. And I saw another lady comment, she's like, hey, I'm actually healthy, and what she'd been noticing by running it, the Healy, was her stretch marks had been like almost disappearing, skin tags had been falling off. She said her skin felt better, her skin was softer, and she just was like, she felt like she was aging backwards, and it was like, that is so cool. So it's going to meet kind of where you're at, right? Like, you know, obviously sorting out my hormones and that kind of thing first, and like I'm in a big detox of my body, so that's my top priority first, and like healing that kind of stuff, and then I'll play with all the other stuff in the moon and like that stuff. Let me just get a few other things in balance, but yeah, it tells me. And the other night as well, I thought I knew better than the Healy, so this was my mistake. It came up with one of the things it came up with was fatigue, and I was tired, and I ran it, and then I was awake at midnight because I was like, oh, that was actually just to give me tons of energy. That was not the other way around. I was like, oops, I should have run the sleep program, not the fatigue program, right? So that was a mistake. That was a learning for me, so I will not do that again. But, so that really worked, but in reverse. So these are like, when that was me not following the guidance, thinking I might know better. But yeah, that didn't work so well. And the other thing was, I had a sore throat the other day, and it came up, I'd been talking a lot, and it came up tonsils, and I was like, how interesting. So it is super freaking smart. You cannot hide from your Healy. It knows. It knows.
Even to that, before I had the scanning capabilities, I had a few shifts where I was working outside, and I was starting at 5:30 in the morning, and it was pouring down rain. I was literally sitting under a tent with wind and rain just lashing at me under this little umbrella under a tent, trying to keep dry. And obviously it set off my sort of sinuses. I had like a runny nose. I wasn't sick, but I just had like this constant runny nose. And I intermittently ran colds and then allergies. And every time I was running them, my nose would dry up. And so it would last about 6 hours, and then I'm usually all right during the day anyway. And then it would start coming back around like 6, 7 o'clock, like, you know, when it starts to cool down at night. And I didn't actually think to use it the first time. And I was like up all night, like trying to breathe through my nose that was completely blocked, and it was terrible. So the next night I ran it, and within the space of half an hour, my nose had cleared up, and I was able to sleep. I'd wake up in the morning, have a runny nose again, run the cycle, be clear. So yeah, just like little things like that, you're like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah, I was just thinking that I got mine just as the seasons were changing and it was coming into winter and it got cold and it kept coming up like run the cold cycle. And I was like, oh,
Ooh.
interesting. And because I was really like, I think that dry throat and my skin got dry, my lips got all flaky just as the seasons were changing. So yeah, I started running that program and it totally sorted that out as well. So I just feel like I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm so excited about it. Yeah, obviously we both are. But so let me just see if there's anything else we wanted to say. Yeah, next steps would be what would you say the next steps would be for somebody who's like, okay, I'm interested, what now?
All right, so if you are interested and you need some more information, just reach out to Jo. She can put us either into a group message or she can just hit me up with what information you need and we can send you out whatever. Like there's a few brochures. Like I said, if you want more information about what particular programs there are, we can send you information about that. And then once you get your Healy, or even before, if you decide this is a business journey that you want to go on as well, then we can look at setting you up, start you on that journey and give you the support you need to become part of the family. And like, I have to say, guys, like the family that we are growing is incredible. Like our team's still small and so it's really hands-on, and that's the beauty of getting into this business right now as well, is that it's just launching. Like this is what people would jump into if it was iPhones and Apple, 10 years ago.
Right.
These opportunities don't come along very often. So you're putting yourself in the position to really grow and expand with this business if you decide you want to do it. If you don't, all good too. But we're here to support you in any way that you need. So yeah, just reach out to Jo and we can just move forward that way.
Beautiful. Yeah, I have a link for you to jump on the website to be able to go in and access that. I will obviously put the links in here. And we also have the codes if you are jumping in before during this US special launch time when you can upgrade. I have codes. I will send you the codes to be able to pop that in at checkout. And then you just place your order and get excited. Mine turned up in 2 weeks. I think in the US, I believe they are shipping directly from the US, but there obviously has been this overwhelming response. So I'm not quite sure what the wait times are, but it is 2 weeks pass very quickly. It's definitely worth the wait. And to just get in, because it's just going to get busier and busier, and the response and the and people figuring out that this is amazing is just going to get better and better. And for me, like just totally honestly, like I was struggling to fully, like with what was going on in my health and brain fog and fatigue and all the other things that have been going on in my health and connected with my hormones. I was struggling to really show up in my business, to be quite honest. Like it was a little bit challenging for me. And in the last 2 weeks, not even connected to the Healy, I've made more money in my business than I have in months. And so I'm really, I feeling the benefits, not just in my health, but also then what I'm able to go out and do and achieve and then attract into my life. Like I'm all about being high vibe and like bringing in the good stuff. And this is definitely, it's like my little secret weapon. It's like my business partner. So even if you just want to use it to stay in super health and high vibration and support you in whatever other mission you're on, it's amazing as well. So we just want to really thank you as well. If you are still here, thank you for listening. I was like, don't worry, Kirsty, we'll just do like half an hour, 40 minutes. It'll be super quick. An hour and a half later, we're still talking, and we're super passionate about this. But absolutely, if you have questions, please message me. Facebook, you can email me. Jo@joannaturner.com. Like Kirsty said, we have tons of information we can send you if this wasn't enough, or I can send you links to just jump on, or you can register. One quick message: if you're in Canada, reach out and say hi, but it won't be coming to Canada until we think towards the end of the year. That's just one little piece, but it is available in most other countries, although it is specific, the US launch is happening at the moment. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you got something from this, and maybe this is just the start of a really beautiful journey with us on the journey back to optimal health, and all the biohacking beautiful things. So thank you again. Thank you for jumping on with this. On with me at last minute. Really appreciate it. And that's it. Do you have any last beautiful words of wisdom? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let me see. Stop share. There we go. We're back. Hello.
I feel like I've kind of said it all, but yeah, honestly, I am just in so much gratitude for this thing coming into my life. Yeah, and it will literally change your life if it's calling you. Just try to make it work. It will literally benefit you. The rewards are so far more exceeding than you could ever imagine.
Absolutely. And yeah, and you know, if you have one and you share it around with the family, it's, you know, that's cool. You'll probably want one of your own, but yeah, like it's helping lots of people, and yeah, super excited. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and yeah, reach out. We'll send you links and information and anything you could need, and we'd absolutely love to join you on this journey. So thank you again, and take care, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.